Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see you all. Mm. It's like, I was telling Miss Aruna that throughout my career, I have worked with the people with the tri services. I feel more comfortable when I'm in that kind of atmosphere. So I'm so happy to see you all, well disciplined, well groomed. And that is what is something what our Bharat requires. I was sharing again with Aruna that, 2 days back, we had a roundtable conversation on future of India, future of business, future of human potential. And then there we were discussing like Gen Zs and then the people who are in the system at this moment. So what is lacking, what we need to do, and then everybody was thinking that yes, discipline is something which is required in the kind of age that we are entering into. AI, it is every day, it is changing. And then emotional intelligence, that is very, very important and very crucial when we move ahead in the AI age. So that is the reason I thought, I will have this session on self awareness. This is not a download kind of session, it will be an interactive session. So that is the reason I'm requesting a few mics for my young friends. So I would like to know, what is your understanding of self awareness? Anyone can tell me. Yes, please.
By self-awareness, I think it means knowing our capabilities.
Okay. Capabilities. Okay. Yes, please.
Jai Jai Hind, ma'am. My name is Yash. Self-awareness means knowing about ourselves and our surrounding, what is happening around us.
Okay. Capabilities, surroundings. Yes.
Jain ma'am, my name is Subhodip Ghosh and self-awareness is I think it's knowing about our strength and weaknesses.
Wonderful. Strengths and weaknesses. Yes, sir. Here are two. And I would like to hear from the young girls as well. Yes, you can stand.
All about SWOT analysis, we can say that, or strengths or weakness, and what kind of opportunities we have and the threats we have.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. From this side?
Jai Hind, ma'am, I'm Jyoti. I think so self awareness means being aware about your emotions, feelings, thoughts, and accept them. Don't ignore them. And if they are good, then work on them also.
That's great. That's great. Good. So I think, yes, there is one more hand. I would like to hear that perspective as well.
Jai Hind, ma'am. My name is Sanyukta Lande, and I think the self awareness is knowing your skills and knowing who am I.
Knowing who am I, I'm still struggling. That's great. At least there is some idea. And why do you think we need to have self awareness?
Take the mic. Jai Hind, ma'am. My name is Yash Mittal, and the reason why we should have self-awareness so that we can work on our weaknesses and improve ourselves and grow and learn more things.
Go and learn more things. It's very important. Your degree will give you a job, but knowing yourself, your self awareness will decide how far you grow. That is very important. And we will go through the presentation and see, what are the different ways to look at it. How will you know yourself? That is also one thing. What are the things that you can do? We will see. Okay. So, what are the benefits of stress management? Is one benefit managing emotions, improved social skills. Now, let's look at each topic. Managing stress. Why? How it will benefit? how it will benefit you. Yes.
If our stress levels are lower, so we can work better and we can stay calm and focused and can focus on our work better.
Okay. Okay. Any other perspective? Yes.
By doing the SWOT analysis, we would know our threats around us and will manage our stress equally.
Okay. But how will you manage? We are talking about managing stress, right? Self awareness is required to manage stress, right? So, how self awareness and stress is attached? How they are connected? What is the linkage between them? Yes, please.
Jai Hind ma'am, myself Om Tiwari. By understanding about ourselves, we can understand our strengths and weakness, and we can manage our time properly. So we can manage stress, like we can do stressful jobs in the morning, the tasks, and so and by managing time, I think we can manage stress.
Okay, so what are the factors that create stress? You have exams, right? What happens before the exams? Stress. Huh? Campus interviews happens? Stress. Huh? You have lower grades and you have to share it with the parents. Stress. Yeah. So there are reasons which create stress, right? So if you are able to identify what are the reasons that are creating stress for me, then it becomes easier to manage that stress. Yeah. Managing emotions. What do you mean by managing emotions? Can we manage our emotions? We can? Every time? No, right? So if you are not able to manage the emotion at certain points, what happens then? Wrong decision, impact on relationships, impact on self-image, right? So these are the reasons. Try to understand why self-awareness is required. Self-awareness is a big, big, big topic, right? It is not something today I felt good, today I'm feeling low, today I'm feeling mad. It's not like that. There are a lot many things, there are a lot many layers. We will go into it, and I will give you some guidelines also what needs to be done to understand yourself. But let's understand the factors or the benefits, why it is very, very important, and why I'm saying that EI is related with the self-awareness. Improved social skills. Yes, ma'am. So again, I will invite you all to say, okay, thank you, you are right. Don't say weakness. It is an area for improvement. You can think of like that, so that it becomes easier to cope up. Again, it will not create a stress. Okay. Develop leadership skills, enhance career progression, and it is combined with success in personal and professional life. Okay. How it is related to leadership skills? What leader needs to do? Manage the, okay, manage the teamwork, motivate, getting the team together, problem solving, decision making, good communication. And is the leader robo? Is not, right? He is a human. So he also goes through ups and downs of his emotions. Suppose a leader who is extremely depressed, will he be able to motivate his team? Something is happening, at personal level, mental level, something maybe. Is it, will it be good to show that depression in front of the team? You're saying he needs to motivate the team, right? Huh? He's angry. He's boiling inside. And if he shouts at his teammates, that is displacement of anger, what happens? Right? The team will get demotivated, the relationship with that person in at stake. So what he needs to do? Stay calm. And when he will stay calm, when he is aware that I am angry. Right? At times, all of us, we have a tendency to react to the situations. Right? What is reaction? Sudden emotion. Yes, ma'am, you are saying something. We were talking about reaction. Okay. Outburst of emotions. And what is response? What is the difference between response and reaction? Yes. Okay.
Hello,
Hello.
Jayan ma'am. Myself Sagar Upadhyay. Ma'am, response is a calculated reply. You can say.
Wonderful. Response is a calculated reply, right? So there is a difference between reaction and response. So this is how it will help you, self-awareness will help you to respond to the situations and not react to the situations, right? That is most important quality of a leader. And naturally, if you are behaving in certain way, it will give you a career progression, right? It has impact on both personal life and professional life as well. Everyone knows this, right? Iceberg? Now, if we consider the part which is seen is our behavior, how much it is seen? 35%? That is our behavior. The way we are acting, the way we are speaking, the way we are giving responses, that is seen. That is the seen part. Where does this behavior comes from? Why we behavior the way we behave? Why we use the words the way we use? Or why we do the actions the way we are used to? Why we do that? Where does it come from? What is the origin of that? Personality, okay. Values and ethics, yes, correct. Values and ethics. Upbringing, our environment, yes. Okay, fear of being judged, good. I will keep this in mind. Okay, it comes from there. So if you are behaving in certain way, there is a fear of being judged. Okay, what else? So it is, we are talking about fears. That is one of the fear you have shared, but it is, you are specifically talking about the fears. Okay.
Our surrounding and our company is a major reason, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Is it right? Right? There's so many things. I have given you a few, and then our behavior is part of this. The way we speak, the way we act, the way we respond, the way we are presenting ourselves in the system is just about this. And what happens if we know ourselves? What happens? We improve ourselves, we are able to showcase ourselves better. Now think of yourself as a leader. As a leader, why do you think knowing all these things is important? Okay, to be confident. Wonderful. Better understanding of others. If I am aware of my own emotions, what that emotion does to me, I am able to understand others. So it is like something, unless and until I'm able to accept myself the way I am, I'm not able to accept my team members as they are. Do you think we all have the 5 fingers which are of the same size and same height? They're different, right? So even in a team, it happens, right? And when I'm talking to the future leaders, please remember that unless and until you are able to forgive yourself, you will not be able to forgive others. If you are able to reconcile your mistakes, you will not be able to correct others' mistakes. Unless and until you are able to appreciate yourself, you will not be able to appreciate others. If you are taking yourself as granted, you will take others also for granted. Yeah, and that is the reason self-awareness comes in picture. How this self-awareness is created? We didn't land yesterday, right, on this planet? And it was not injected in us yesterday, isn't it? So how it is created? How it happens? Okay, introspection. Yes? Okay, by experience. Okay.
Jayan ma'am, my name is Anushka. I feel that SWOT analysis or SWOT analysis, whatever we do, I think this is the best activity that we can do for ourselves.
Okay.
It is the best activity we can examine ourselves, every corner of human.
Okay. At this age, you are able to do the SWOT analysis, right?
A little
But
bit.
2-year toddler is also has self-awareness. He knows that when he needs to throw tantrums, when he needs to cry, and when he needs to show the happiness, right? He uses this very tactfully, isn't it? So he is self-aware, right? Somewhere, a little bit percentage there. So where it comes from? Huh? Yes, you can speak from there. Our consciousness. Okay. 2-year-old toddler has consciousness. So yes, there is something that happens inside, and we start, building our self-awareness since childhood. This is internal understanding of ourselves. And there is something which comes from outside also, how others are able to see us, right? Are we clear on this? So many things that come under self-awareness. Anything you think that needs to be added into this picture? You can add. Feedback from others. Wonderful. That is others' perception about us. Something which is blind to us, they are telling us. That also gives us self-awareness. That's good. We always think that, how we appear to others, isn't it? How many times you look into the mirror before you leave the room? Multiple times? And the girls must be many more than that. Huh? This side, that side. No? And what is the next sentence? It is not about us, but how I am being evaluated by others. It is about the evaluation. The hypothesis built on that. How you are evaluated and how it is shown in the others' actions, how you are perceived. That also gives you the self awareness. I am like this, I am not like that, right? And the impact is shame or pride. Now tell me, what are the feelings? Some names of feelings. Huh? Anger, that is the first thing that is coming up. Huh? Anger, okay. Happiness. Anxious. Sad, okay. Confusion, okay. Anxiety. A little bit louder from this side. Okay, overwhelmed. Cheerful. Okay. Right? These are the only things, only emotions that we have? No? So many emotions. But how many of us are able to identify those emotions? We know all these English words, right? They are in the dictionary, isn't it? But each word has a different meaning. It is an emotion, it has a different impact on us. We are happy, right? Joyful. How many words are there? And then so many things, so many emotions are there, right? So it takes a lot of time to understand which emotion I am going through at this moment. And it only comes from self awareness, being in here and now. If I am standing here and my mind is somewhere else, thinking of something else, then it is going to create a different emotion in me, right? But if I am in here and now, then it is going to create only one emotion in me, right? I will be able to identify which emotion I am going through. I will be able to utilize that emotion to the fullest, right? There are so many emotions. You can take a picture, photograph of this. Or you don't have the mobiles, right? I will share the presentation with your professors, okay? होता है कभी कभी ऐसे? This happens? हाँ? इतनी देर सोचता रहा, now I'm not able to identify what all things I thought about, right? 15, I was thinking, but then what? Then in only one sentence you will say something, right? But the cycle that goes through the thousands of thoughts, we are not able to capture that. This also happens. क्या हो रहा है? Nothing in control. Huh? And what is the impact? Right? क्या किया जाए then? What do you think? How will you understand what is going through? How will you do that? Okay. Let's close with the emotions first, then we'll go to the strengths. See, understanding emotion is a very difficult thing. All our saints have done a lot of practice and they were able to achieve certain level to understand that emotional. If we all are there, then all of us are saints. But we are humans, we are progressing, and everybody has a different speed, right? But there are 2 3 things which will help you to bring in that awareness. We are talking about the emotions, and then we will go to the strengths and area for improvement. So emotion is something which you feel, which has impact on your body and mind and your overall presence in your community. I suggest that each one of you take 5 minutes every day, and at the end of the day, if you are able to find out which emotions I went through throughout the day, just list those, and then you will be able to find a pattern. This, I am like this, I am lazy maximum times, I am overexcited many a times, I am depressed, I am confused. If you are able to find out that pattern, then you will be able to work on it, or you will be able to ask for help. You will be able to bring in change in yourself. But if you don't have the data, how will you build a hypothesis? We are all aware of the importance of data, right? Right? Yeah. So for us, are we building any data to improve ourselves? We are just living the day, ending the day, and getting up and starting the next day. But the only chance that we have on this planet, we are not fully utilizing to understand what am I. Yeah, it is not the spiritual question, but it is the day-to-day existence question. Which are the things that are impacting me? Which are the things which are helping me? How many of us spend at least 5 minutes with self just doing nothing? That's great, a few hands, I'm happy to see that. And next time when I come, I would like to see all the hands up. Yeah, spend 5 minutes with yourself at the end of the day. Make a small diary in your mobile, or you can have notes. Have multiple, there is no need to write, but people like me believe in pen and paper, because when I'm writing something, my whole body is there. My body, mind, soul, everything is involved. There is no gadget which is giving me prompts. I have to craft my own message, right? So writing is something which will give you that edge, and write that what are the emotions, what was the impact. I was unnecessarily angry with that friend. If you are able to find out that reason, that end of the day, you will be able to mend that relationship. And this is the time, friends, I'm telling you. Once you grow up, once you go in corporates, it doesn't give you multiple opportunities to mend the relationship. The impact is done, the damage is done, and it has consequences. Here, there is no consequence, right? No serious consequence. Here, there is no top line and bottom line affected. This is the time you can practice certain things. Okay? If you are feeling that, throughout the day I felt a little bit low, so find out that what was the reason, how it impacted my day. And if you are able to find out that, you will be able to utilize that data on the most important day. If you are feeling low on a day where you are appearing for your campus interview, you will be able to tackle that. But unless and until you are facing that emotion, you are acknowledging that emotion, you are accepting that emotion, you will not be able to take any action on that part. Even if it isn't happiness, even if you are feeling motivated, you find out what motivated you, why you did so many things right, what was the impact, what is the benefit out of it, and then how you will be able to repeat that same thing, same motivation when you are expected to deliver. This is how the conscious behavior is. Most of the leaders which we see, I'm not saying that I'm Modi fan, but the person that he uses his strengths is amazing. Most of the leaders, you can talk about Abraham Lincoln. Take any leader that you like, Sudha Murthy. A name that you took, and these people, they spend time with themselves and find out what are they doing. That is a self-reflection. Where do you see the reflection? Mirror? Huh? Yes, you are raising the hand.
I am Ayush Upadhyay, and I think we can see it from another's perspective. Like,
Others.
if you imagine a person who is perfect, I mean, nobody's perfect, but
Yeah.
if we just imagine a person and I see myself from that perspective, I think that is going to help me a lot.
Yeah. So you are putting a benchmark for yourself.
Yes.
That's correct. But the reflection that you regularly see is in the mirror, right? Does the mirror tell you that you need a haircut? It tells you? My goodness, what kind of mirrors you have arranged them in their hostels? I would like to have those. Huh? I had seen this kind of mirrors only in stories. The mirror tells you that you are beautiful, you are looking handsome. Right? Does the mirror tell you to have a haircut, or does the mirror tell you to go and have eyebrows done, or does the mirror tell you to have a facial done? No? Then who decides? Exactly. Exactly. So the mirror will tell you how you look. It is your decision. The way you're talking about others, you learn from the feedback. Yeah, there are many ways to receive and give feedback also. There is a lot of theories based on that. But then it is you who decide what you needs to do. Yeah, so the data will give you some hypothesis, but you are the person to decide which way I want to go. Yeah, this is about the emotions. We have very little time. This is a big topic. We can have a whole day session on this, some activities and all, but then we will go to the strengths now. What are the strengths? Can you categorize those strengths? Ability to do work, okay, that is strength. Can you categorize those strengths? Some are classified as cognitive strengths. Some are social strengths. If you want, I can go back to, if somebody is making notes, if you want, I can go back to the earlier slide. You want me to go back to the earlier slide? Not required, na, these days, cognitive strengths. You have ChatGPT, AI, isn't it? Whatever is the problem, you just give a ChatGPT, a prompt to the ChatGPT, and you will be able to get it, right? Not required, na? Required? Are you sure? Okay, so I'll tell you what the industry leaders think. We think that ChatGPT AI tools should be used as a support, and it is not a replacement of thinking. Yeah? We will be advancing into AI, but we would be requiring people who are smart enough to control AI. And there your ability comes in. There the human intervention comes in. There is the human connect which will control AI. If you are completely dependent on AI, you are not in the race. So every time whenever I am interacting with the students, young minds like you, I tell them that you do the tables that you did in your schools. Do the tables. Go for Vedic maths. Look for that on your YouTube and try to get those reasons how to do in a shorter time, not with the help of ChatGPT, but you should be able to do it. Improve your analytical thinking, that is very important. These are social strengths. Now see how many times you will have to do the SWOT analysis, right? It will not go in one go. You can do it for each strength, each emotion. These are character strengths. Now let's look at few things which you will be able to practice, which I'm usually see in the students. There are certain fears, right? You said no, there are fears when where it is the beneath the iceberg, below the water level. Fear is also part, no? You said, right? So there are certain fears, and we are born with some disabilities. If we are able to tackle those, then you can develop a strength. Some strengths you're born with it, some strengths you acquire in your childhood, some strengths you acquire throughout your life, and there are certain disabilities and fear which are developed throughout the life from childhood. Usually, what happens, these fears and disabilities, they are developed during the age of 2 to 8. In that childhood, that wiring is done in that, and then what happens is the person starts behaving in that mode, and there is a time when you enter into the corporate life, you have to unlearn something. Yeah, if you are able to unlearn something, then you are able to learn new things. So let's look at what are those things. Allergy to ambiguity. This is a fear. What is allergy? Intolerance. Okay. What is allergy, girls? You must be knowing more. What is allergy? But what happens when you have an allergy? Yeah, so it is a reaction. It is not a response, it is a reaction. Thank you so much. Now, what is ambiguity? Yes?
Ambiguity means duality.
Ambiguity is duality? No, it's not duality. Okay, confusing situation. Yes? Vague, that is unknown, right? So when there is something unknown, I get the allergy. Now the person who is very high on allergy to ambiguity, say for a group of 10 friends together, they decide that let's go for a trek. Let's pull out our bikes and let's go for a trek. And in that, one friend comes out, no, we need to know which route we are taking, where are we going to stay, are there ways where we can have a comfortable time, at what time we are leaving, when we will be back. A question bank person who is not comfortable with ambiguous situation, he has allergy to ambiguity. Okay, and the person who says, yeah, why not, let's go, I'm okay with this set of clothes, we will see, that person is very low on allergy to ambiguity. Which is right? Which is right? Second one? First one? Allergy to ambiguity. Suppose a doctor. very low on allergy to ambiguity, very low. And he says, okay, I think there is a problem, you come tomorrow, we will cut and see. He's using his allergy to ambiguity, right? Is it helping him in his profession? No, right? So even if it is a fear, even if it is something is low on allergy to ambiguity, which you are now considering that yes, it is good to have, somebody is saying not good to have, but whatever I am, that acceptance, whether it is good for my profession, identifying that is self-awareness. Even if I'm high on allergy to ambiguity, whether I'm using it for the good purpose or whether it is coming in my way, that awareness will give you an edge. A pilot who wants to land, can he take off without knowing the climate of the destination? He can't. Even if he is low on ambiguity, he needs to know. An artist who has a blank canvas and he is high on ambiguity, allergy to ambiguity, very high, will he be able to draw something or paint something? No, right? So this is how you have to look at it. There comes the acceptance. I'm happy that you are thinking of doing SWOT analysis of yourself, but acceptance is something. Don't beat yourself much if you don't have anything. So each thing that you are made up of has a positive and has a con also. How you use it effectively makes you a leader. Okay, so think of such things, how you are behaving in these things, and rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. Where are you with respect to allergy to ambiguity? Okay? Okay, are we clear on allergy to ambiguity? Shall we move ahead? Touchiness, somebody said fear of judgment, right? The person who is very high on touchiness, what he or she will behave like. Suppose me and professor, we are having a conversation, and then somebody passes from here, both of us just give a look that person and we start, and then we come closer and we start discussing again that मेरे बारे में ही सोच रहे है ना, आज कुछ होने वाला है, गया मैं काम से, गई मैं काम से. Those two girls na, they are avoiding me, nothing is happening, but still we are preparing some scenarios, right? That is touchiness, that is fear of rejection. This kind of people always they build their image, how they are perceived by others. If somebody feels you are looking great, they are very happy throughout the day. Somebody, oh God, what is this? This color is not suiting you. Throughout the day, they will avoid all the people. Right? So this is touchiness. Touchiness is also a very, very bad fear which controls humans. Somebody who is low on touchiness, and he or she has received multiple feedbacks from the professors that you are not doing good, your grades are not good. That person stands still in front of the professor, and when comes out the room, chalta hai yaar, itna to hota hi hai. Very low on touchiness. What's happening then? The feedback is not taken well, right? So you will have to see where you are and what you need to do, how to balance this. There are multiple ways to find out. There are very beautiful MBTI, FIROB, and very beautiful instruments, psychometric instruments that help you understand yourself. Not for this age. Once you become professional, then you will be able to go for it. But then find out why I am getting this humiliation, why I have a fear of rejection. If you have a fear of rejection, in spite of you having tremendous potential, it will pull you back. So it is time to find out whether you are really falling into this category. Unleash your potential. If you are into this, get rid of this. You are what you are. You are beautiful. Start accepting and saying that to self every day. If you are very high on touchiness. Okay? Any doubt about this? No? Do you think this is going to help you in life? Okay. And what you will do after this 1 hour? In the evening, haha, that was good. Anna? What will you do? Start spending 5 minutes with self. Okay? Next is fear of failure. Simple English, right? Fear of failure. क्या होता है? What happens when the person has fear of failure? Panic. He won't be able to take the decisions. He won't be able to take any opportunities. I have seen many people in meetings. They are brilliant. I know that they are brilliant. But they will not contribute at all. मैंने कुछ बोला तो क्या सोचेंगे? पागल ही कह दिया तो? हाँ, गलत ही होगा तो? They will keep quiet. And then after the meeting, they come and tell me, ma'am, I was thinking the same thing, but somebody else said. Are why then? You had a better idea. Contribute. Right? That is the fear of failure where the person pulls himself back from the best opportunities available. So fear of failure is something which controls you. Suppose somebody is very low on fear of failure. कुछ है ही नहीं. Fear of failure है ही नहीं. तो क्या होगा? Risk, right? And then what happens if the person has a low fear of failure and he is at the leadership position? What happens? He is risking his whole team, right? Allergy to ambiguity low and fear of failure low is a lethal combination. Ambiguous situation भी चलेगा और fear of failure भी नहीं है. The person is not able to analyze the situation, not able to take out the pros and cons, not able to see what are the threats, not able to do any analysis and test very messy decisions. And then the impact is on the team. When you are in the educational institution, when you are still learning, the impact is only maximum what it can be, lower grades, right? But if you are taking such kind of decisions in corporates, it has impact on the top line and the bottom line. Okay, so try to understand what are these fears and what you need to do with respect to them. Again, I am saying that on the scale of 1 to 10, think of yourself, think of patterns, don't think of only one incident. Think of multiple incidents till childhood. Why I am behaving like this? Conformity. What is written for conformity? The person who is very high on conformity is the person who, I'll give you one example. I was delivering a program, a leadership program for a manufacturing company 6 years back. And I was only deployed on that program, and it was a group of 25 gentlemen. And that person wrote a mail to Captain Ravi and told that how can you deploy a lady for a group of all the gentlemen? How can she do that? That is conformity. Accepting the rules, defining the boundaries. A person who is high on conformity says that you cannot be out of home after 9. And you have a very important event in the college which is going to get over at 10:30. What is happening then? You will not get the opportunity, right? So this is what the conformity does. And the person who is very low on conformity, at what time is the lecture? 10:30. No, it's okay. I'll be there by 11:15. It will चलता है यार. उतना तो होता ही है ना. 15 minutes late तो चलेगा ही. Right? Have you understood conformity or not? I can see some confused faces. Are we through this? Have you understood conformity? Okay. Rigidity. Rigidity, the word is simple, right? Dictionary meaning is simple. Huh? But there are three parts of rigidity, how it impacts your thinking. I want, I'll give you a task. I want 6 men who are 6 feet and above. Where should I go? 6 feet and above. No, I don't want here. Not here. Well, I'm just giving you a task. I'm asking you a question. That 6 feet and above, which state should I go? Huh? Haryana, Punjab? For 6 people, I need to go to Haryana, Punjab. पूना में नहीं मिल सकते क्या? मिल सकते हैं ना? This is stereotype. We feel that height of the people in north is more. If you want 600, then you can go there. Right? How much pressure you will put on the budget of a company if you are searching for only 6 men in Haryana and Punjab? Right? So that is stereotype. What is dogmatism? There is a cult which believes that the earth is flat. That is dogmatism. Height of stereotypy. How much ever you show them the pictures, these people won't believe that earth is a ball. They feel that ye bana banaya hai. They feel that earth is flat because they don't see curve at any point of time from the horizons. Right? सीधा ही दिखाई देता है कहाँ है? It's not a globe. That is dogmatism. So are we fixated to something? You also have to look at that how much time, how many times you must have received a feedback from somebody that ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा है. वो देखो. Functional fixedness. Okay. There is some problem in that speaker up there, and we need to fix this. What all things we will need? A ladder. Okay. A toolbox. A person. And if the ladder is not available immediately and we have to do it, toolbox is available, we have to do it. नहीं हो सकता ना? Electrician, okay. We don't have anything here. We have tables, right? We have a small table there. Possible? Yeah, so this is how the functional fixedness is. How many of you have seen Kahani? Kahani 1, Kahani 2. In Kahani 1, that was that lady? Vidya Balan. What she? Can you give me an example of Vidya Balan where she is very low on rigidity with respect to functional fixedness? Vidya Balan तो याद है ना? कहानी भी थोड़ी याद है. Very good. तो बताओ उसमें क्या किया? How she showed that she is very low on functional fixedness.
Jain ma'am, in the first part, she was trying to searching his husband, but he was not his husband.
You're telling me story. Okay. I'll give you, I have very little time in hand. Thank you. If you see, she used her hairpin to stab the terrorist. You remember? Yeah? She was not carrying any gun. I know. She was carrying only that pin. If you remember, if you recall, when she is pushed on the metro station, her hand goes here first. She is looking for the pin. That is a weapon. What are the uses of a pen? अच्छा अब नए नए आइडियाज आ रहे हैं ना. I can use it as a weapon also. Huh? A bottle, it can be used for multiple things. Hmm? Right? So if you are very low on functional fixedness, you are resourceful person. If you are high on functional fixedness, then you will all the time keep cribbing. मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे ये नहीं है इसलिए ये हो रहा है, मुझे इतना नहीं है, यहाँ इंटरनेट ही नहीं है, मुझे यही नहीं है, मेरा मोबाइल अच्छा नहीं है, मेरा ये अच्छा नहीं है, मेरा वो अच्छा नहीं है, I need these things to complete these things, there are no things available. All the time cribbing person. That is also a rigidity. That is functional fixedness. Unless and until I have all the resources, I cannot perform. And if you are very low on functional fixedness, means you are the resourceful person. You will be able to carve your way in any difficulty. I remember a group of my friends, they had gone for a trek in this kind of season, July, August, and they had forgotten to take the plates with them to eat. They had cooked khichdi. Khichdi to banai hai, khayenge kaise? This is the worst ever example. I am not saying that you should do this, but this is how the functional fixedness, if you are low on, you are able to find out the ways. They were carrying plastic bags. Now plastic bag mein khichdi leke to kha nahi sakte. It has to be kept somewhere, right? And it was raining all time. So they used their shoes to fix the plastic bag. It was used like a bowl. This is the worst ever example. That's what I'm saying. You did not do this. But unless and until you are able to use the resources effectively, you will not be called as the right professional. Right? So look for how you behave. Okay? We have 5 minutes, right? Okay. Resource myopia. Resource myopia is something, here we were talking about the resources which were not moving in rigidity. Here resource myopia is human resources that you have. Now, give me the examples of the leaders who use the human resources to bring in change from history, current, anything. Can you give me some examples? Okay, Dhoni? Huh? Mr. Ratan Tata? Yes? Chanakya? Yes? Steve Jobs? Aryabhat? He didn't use human resources as such. He was a individual contributor, I must say. Mahatma Gandhi, Shivaji Maharaj, they used human resources to bring in big social change. Maharana Pratap. So there are many names which you will be able to find where these people have used human strength to bring in change. Right? And myopia is something short-sightedness. Means whatever a team I have, I am able to accept their potential, realize their potential, and able to put them to use for the betterment of the organization. I am low on resource myopia. The managers who are very high on resource myopia, I don't have the strength to perform this task. I need additional manpower. We will be getting all the time manpower requisitions from that kind of a person who is very low on resource myopia. A leader who is very low on resource myopia is a threat to the team because he is not able to identify the strengths in his own team. He is not able to create the opportunities for his team, right? And the person who is very high on resource myopia will be able to create the opportunities, but will also likely to take the challenges which are not deliverable by his team, right? So you need to find a balance. There are multiple things that you need to think when you are entering into your professional life, right? These are the resource myopia. Person who is very low is the person who will keep working. He is workaholic kind of a person. But then he thinks that my team also, I'm able to do, why you are not able to do? But that person is different, you are different. Right? So resource myopia is something that the person looks for the best of the things in all the individuals. How you utilize it is important. Are we clear with this? Starved sensibility. Staff sensibility. Sensibility is something which is related to the senses, right? We use all the 5 senses. And when you are not using those senses, there is a starvation. This is the worst ever disability, we can say. If you are going through this, then it is important that you develop on this first and then work on the others. I'll give you 2 examples and you can tell me who is starved and who is not. 2 friends who are prescribed by the doctor that you should lose 10 kgs of weight, okay, and they decide that we will go for a run in the morning. The first friend wakes up, he puts on his shoes, just checks the clock, runs for 5 kilometers and come back. The second friend gets up early in the morning, he opens the window, takes the beautiful breeze, and then he wears the shoes, then he goes for a run. He looks at the rising sun, beautiful lush green lawn. Then he comes back. On the way, the kids are going to the school. He just jingles his hair and he sees a small flower. He gets this for his wife. And the run is complete. Who is starved and who is not? First one is starved, right? So it is something, how you are able to understand the senses. Mama to khana bana deti hai, but are we really appreciating, wow, this is tasty? उसको तो बनाना ही है ना, इतने साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, मम्मा को तो बनाएगी ना. But do we really appreciate? Yes? क्या बात है? That's good. But this is how it impacts. If you are not able to appreciate smaller things, you will not be able to appreciate your team members. If you are not able to understand your own problems, you will not be able to understand others' problems. So self-awareness is not only looking at the strengths and weaknesses, it is all about fears, disabilities, minor aspects, finer aspects of your behavior, right? It is a big, big topic. I will pause here because the time tells me that it is 10:45. I will share my number with you all, and if you have any difficulty, feel free to reach out to me. Yeah, I'm very thankful to the management of this college, the professors, to give me opportunity to have an interaction with you. I wish good luck to you all. Thank you.